All right, today we're going to tackle three tiny little English words that, let's be honest, cause a lot of fear for learners. Be, been, and being. They might be small, but wow, are they powerful. And together, we're going to get you feeling confident with them.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. The very first thing we have to do is just admit it. These words can be kind of scary. If you've ever had that moment where your brain just freezes trying to pick the right one, trust me, you are so not alone.
I mean, look at them. They look similar, they sound similar, and that right there is the whole problem. That's what makes so many of us hit the pause button and panic right in the middle of a sentence.
This just nails that feeling perfectly, doesn't it? The second you hear them, your brain can just scream, grammar. But here's the deal. Today we're approaching this with zero stress. We're going to take that fear apart, piece by piece.
So this is super important. Our goal here isn't for you to memorize a bunch of boring grammar rules. No way. It's all about helping you feel genuinely more confident when you're using these words in actual real-life conversations, because that's what really counts.
All right, you ready? We're about to get to the big idea, the secret that's going to totally change how you look at these words. We're going to shift our entire way of thinking away from the technical stuff and get personal. Here it is. This is the big shift. Forget the old way, the dusty textbooks and complicated roles. Our new way is to connect each of these words to simple life moments, to feelings and situations, not grammar moments, life moments.
So let's see what that actually looks like. We're going to break down each word one by one, and I want you to think of them not as grammar problems, but as three simple, awesome tools for you to use when you communicate.
First up in our toolkit is be. Think of be as your tool for the future. It's for talking about your dreams, your goals, what you hope for, and it's also great for giving simple advice. It's all about potential. This is just a perfect example. This sentence isn't about the past. It's not even really about right now. It's a wish, a goal for the future. Be connects you to the person you want to become. So let me ask you, what do you want to be?
And you see this everywhere in everyday life, right? When someone tells you, be careful, or your boss says, please be on time, they're just using be as a simple tool to give direction. It's clear, it's direct, and it's all about how to act. Okay, let's grab our second tool, been. Now, this is the one that sometimes trips people up, but it has a really clear job. Been is your storytelling tool. It's for sharing your life experiences, all the things you've done that are now a part of your story.
The classic example, right? When you say this, you're not in New York right now. You're sharing a memory, a piece of your past. You're telling a story from your life. So just think, been equals life experience. Simple. And here is a golden rule. This will make your life so much easier. Been never goes out alone. Think of it as social. It always needs a partner, a buddy, like have or has. That's why we say I have been, not I've been. It's a team player.
And finally, our third tool, being. This one is all about this very moment. Being is the tool you pull out when you want to talk about something that's happening right now, or when you notice someone's behavior is a little different than usual.
This is such a great human example. When you say this, you're not saying this person is a quiet person in general. Nope, you're just noticing their behavior in this specific moment. Being points to a temporary change, something happening right now.
And this comparison just makes it crystal clear. He is quiet. Well, that describes his personality. It's just who he is. But he is being quiet? Whoa, that's totally different. That describes his actions right now. That one tiny word, being, changes everything to be about this temporary moment.
So we've got our three tools, be for our goals, been for our past experiences, and being for what's happening right now. Now let's see how they can work together to tell a really powerful story.
I just love this example because it's so real for so many of us. First, you have the goal, the dream. I want to be fluent. Then you have the work you put in over time, I have been practicing, and then you have that change you can feel happening right now. I am being more confident. See that? It's the same journey, but each word marks a different moment in the story.
All right, let's talk about the most important part of this whole thing, getting past that fear of being wrong. Because, knowing about the tools is great, but having the guts to actually use them, that's everything.
I really want this to sink in. A mistake is not a bad thing. It's not something to be ashamed of. It is proof, actual proof, that you are trying, that you are learning, that you are growing. Staying silent is so much worse for your English than making a mistake.
Let's look at a really common mistake. Lots of people might say,
I am been tired. And that's okay. We totally get what you mean. The fix is so gentle, you just have to remember that been likes to have its partner. I have been tired. See? It's just a small adjustment, not a huge disaster.
Please remember this quote. The real goal of any language is to connect with another human being. If you stop and freeze because you're worried about being perfect, you lose that connection. Just keep the conversation going. That's the real win.
Let this be the main thing you take away today. English is not some exam you have to pass. It's a tool, like a key. You use it to open doors, to build bridges, and to share a little bit of who you are with the world.
And look at that. We've come full circle, right back to our very first tool, be. It's about your goals, about who you want to become. And after our chat today, I really hope one of your answers is, I want to be a more confident English speaker. Thanks for spending this time with me.